Bill Harrigan has got the whistle for the final of the Coca-Cola World Sevens. It's underway. Manly gets first use of the football. Tuvey on the end of a floating pass from Ridge. They take it towards the centre. Hill brought down and tackled by the number 1 for Fiji, Kubawai, to play with Cronulla this year. From Ridge, it's with Lyons now. He looks for Menzies to give him the decoy. He does that. Hancock, who's had a magnificent tournament, comes back away from the sideline. He's rounded up, but gets it back for Matthew Ridge, and he's on the end of a Kubawai tackle, which is helping him gain ground. He got the big Fijian shove as Menzies a dummy half unloads. Tuvey gives it on. Lyons is with it, promotes for Hill. Hill tries to stand up the opposite there, number 9, which is Saru. And Jerry Hill will play the ball. Still a couple of tackles left on this set. Danny Moore looking to step away from the dummy half area, but held by Saru. Harrigan still without the hand in the air, so I guess this must be the second last on this set as Lyons goes across and Menzies can't beat the defence. Now the hand is in the air from Harrigan. We've got the last tackle with us. Lyons runs to the 20, to the inside. Hancock outside. He's meant for the kick. Tuvey! Tuvey up on the inside. Got right under their guard, the little fellow, and he puts it down for a try.
Once again, the genies of Cliff Lyons in the 7's football. He's put one on here for Jeff Tuvey. He throws the dummy back inside. That held him up just a fraction. And then Tuvey, he did look offside.
In fact, it was Langi, the other Penrith player, 1 of 3. And now here's Kubawai taking the defence on, took 2 in with him, and now they spread the ball through Kadroka. He turns it up. It's with Saru. Saru on an arc-like run looking for a hole to present itself. It's not there. No, Nayakakalu is with it. Back and across for Koravata. Koravata goes across the park looking for an inside runner. Oh, Jeff Tuvey. Jeff Tuvey stands tall. He plows him into the ground. Still the Fijians with 1 left. What will they do on their last tackle? They spread the ball to the centre. And now across. It's intercepted by Craig Hancock. This will be an interesting duel. Hancock is running away from the Fijians. Slow down, Craig. You might run out of the park. They're not chasing.
And again, I think that comes back from the defence of Manly. They actually drove the Fijians back away from their line. Tremendous tackle from Jeff Tuvey on Koravata. Illustrated just what kind of defence we're seeing from them. And the pass was one out of frustration. That was taken by Craig Hancock, who got up in the line.
Already the storm clouds are there for Fiji. Craig Hancock, a 60-metre try, and Matthew Ridge converts. And that converts on the scoreboard to 10-0 in favour of Manly. So Fiji now back on their own 20-metre line. And they've got the task of bridging this 10 points to 0 deficit, and they've got to do it fairly quickly. 2 3/4 minutes left in the first half. But that is a pretty big lead by anybody's standards. And more particularly against Manly, who know pretty much all there is to know about 7's football and the craft of winning. The record speaks for itself. The ball's down and away now from the Langi, who was injured earlier. And this is Kadroka. Now they're outside the 30-metre point, their own end of the park, though. Koravata was with it. Langi was looking for the pass, but Koravata couldn't slide it. Now Langi passes from dummy half. Kadroka is the man with the ball, looking for an opening, but it's not presenting itself. They haven't been able to pierce the Manly defence. And the Manly defence, in contrast, has frustrated them into error. Jack Watonga running away from his teammates and put away by Tuvey. Kicked down the ground by Kubawai. Dropping back, Cliff Lyons. Lyons looking around for his wingers, looking for John Hopewadi on the left and Terry Hill on his right. The Fijians have got the ring around him, and Lyons was keen to draw them in, but I think he needed support back on an onside position much earlier than they straggled back.
Well, this will be the most important minute and a half for the Fijians. That's the length of time to the break, and I think if Manly could score before the half-time interval and extend that 10 points to 0 lead, the game would be all over. Cliff Lyons, a short ball to Hopewadi. Each one can't beat a second.
He's able to get the pass away, though, as Cliff Lyons back. Lyons thumped to the ground by Jack Watonga, but there was a player outside him absolutely jog-trotting, Steve Menzies. Menzies would have scored. But Cliff Lyons is very groggy. Took a heavy knock from Dakwatonga, although I sense a smile came across the face of Cliff Lyons. As Matthew Ridge is taken out of it, Terry Hill comes to Cooper Wise, stands him up, runs around him, and then just jog trots to the try line. The Fijians know that they're up against a class act when they face up to Manly's Jeff Tuvey, Cliffy Lyons, Steve Menzies, and Terry Hill and company.
That's Terry's favourite play, the in and away. He loves to run down the right-hand side of the field. The tackle on Lyons had Menzies and Tuvey on the outside and brushed them both. Copped a bit of treatment in the tackle there, but just watch Terry just the in and away here. And if you get him on the right-hand side of the field, he prefers a great deal to run on that side, and that was all too easy for him.
I'm sure Bob Fulton wants his players to enjoy the tournament. He's shown how serious he is by playing both Terry Hill and Steve Menzies, both kangaroo tourists.
Well, it's hard, Pete, to come up with any other club that has played a kangaroo tourist in this competition. I don't think anyone has.
The siren is sounding in the background. The try was converted, and 16-0 the score, and there it is going dead now. So Bill Harrigan will take the break. With the scoreline at 16-0, it's all Manly. Can Fiji score first in the second half? A task that they must do. They must perform. Manly, if they score next, this final is pretty much wrapped up. Out from dummy half goes Kadroka, looking to break this line, but Manly's defence, headed by Jeff Tuvey, holds firm again. And now, Nakakalu goes across. The pass goes inside to Dakwatonga, and they're about 4 metres away from the line. The ball to be played back, and it's Peru with it now. He runs, sees an opening, breaks through, and there's the try they needed. He wasn't prepared to sit down. He wanted to improve for his goal kicker. Well done, Peru.
Suleimani Saru has had a lot of sevens experience. We've seen him here. He's been one of their best players. Got his side back into this game to some extent. Almost a shepherd standing behind the man playing the ball for that length of time. Hadn't placed the ball there, realised that he could get up and go under the posts. Makes it an easier conversion for his teammates.
So the attempted conversion is online for the number 7, Maya Kakalu. And that stretches his margin as the top point scorer. 16-6. They can hit big, but they haven't got the organisation of Manly, which is understandable. Lyons for Tuvey, then for Hasler. He looked like he was going to angle back in, but then went out to Danny Moore, and the big fellow comes back across the park, finds Matthew Ridge, in turn Hancock. Now Hill bound for the corner, tries to stand the Fiji and Dakwatonga up. He's unsuccessful in doing so, and he'll play the ball now for Craig Hancock. Through to Lyons. Lyons gets a call from Moore. He goes on to Ridge, and Ridge puts on a little sprint, and that takes him over to put it down behind the bar. 20 points to 6 the Eagles.
Well, Manly have gone from one side of the field to the other, back again, and now when they sent the ball back to the other side, they just caught the Fijians out. That's what they've been trying to do for the last 3 tackles, catch them short in their line, and with the confusion there between the defenders, Ridge virtually a stroll on a Sunday afternoon in the park for him.
I think they're getting tired, Fiji. See the number 2, Wayne Adroa, hadn't come across, whereas Manly have bottled up that part of the field all afternoon. That time Fiji paid the penalty for not having a man there with the speed to match Matthew Ridge. The conversion attempt successful. 22 points to 6. 5 minutes and 45 seconds to go in this final.
So across now for Illy Tonga to get us going into the next passage. And a fairly forlorn hope now for the Fijians to pull it out. The crowd has been very subdued, as I said earlier. The bulk of them really wanting the Fijians, I guess. But Manly have shut them down with class. Koravata. And then Tonga, and the ball is lost. And as John Hopewadi eventually plays the ball, and it's come across from Hasler, bouncing in front of Cliff Lyons. Lyons keeps going to the right towards the member side, and Danny Moore finds himself in some space. The big Fijian is chasing, but Danny Moore runs away from him, and I think you'll find that's try number 5 for Danny Moore. 26 points to 6 the score.
He's had a good tournament, Danny Moore. He's scored plenty of tries, and he's shown good speed. He looks like he's taken some weight off at the beginning of this season. It's a streamlined version.
Oh, how do you know that about him? Turn it up.
Oh, it's been a long couple of days.
Oh, turn it up.
Yeah, I just turned it up.
Well, This is the streamlined version of Danny Moore coming straight down the camera barrel.
He's had no luck, eh? Well, that's no good. He's getting on in years too. But no, he looks good. Looks very streamlined.
The conversion attempt from Cliffy Lyons was offline, and 26-6 remains the score.
Oh, that'll do me. Man of the... You've got the man of the series, Sterler.
Jeff Tuvey is there. He's been everywhere, Jeff. And he'll play the ball 40 metres out from his own line. Matthew Ridge and Terry Hill, they form the angle. And Hill goes in one side, comes out the other. Oh, the Fijians, they've dropped off completely in the final. Manly far too good. And Hill waits for the defence to come down the ground before he places the ball. That's not bad sportsmanship, but that is very much Sevens tactics. 30 points to 6. There hasn't been a whacking like this in a final for a long time.
Not since last year when they whacked St. George. Anyway.
It wasn't by this margin.
No. Terry Hill, it really is a shame, though. You know, Fiji haven't performed. They've been crowd pleasers for the last couple of days. And Terry, he's just fairly in cruise mode. And 32-6.
So the Fijians now. The knock-on has been ruled by Bill Harrigan. The scrum is packing. Manly's loose and feed for Jeff Tuvey now. 32-6 with 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock. And Tuvey put it on the chest of Craig Hancock exactly when the winger wanted it. And Hancock caps off a magnificent series. There's another bloke that's been really having a top tournament, and he must come into calculations as well, Craig Hancock.
He's had a great series. That must be up around 6 or 7 tries for him. And he scored a couple of beauties. Here's another one. It's a matter of hitting the gap off the Tuvey pass. And they're very, very tired, the Fijians.
It'd be nice to be a speed man running onto the service of Cliff Lyons and Jeff Tuvey. A perfect pass there, the little run around. They put the defenders back on their heels, and Hancock at speed. Brought out wide. It's all too easy now.
The conversion attempt unsuccessful. A broad smile on the face of Craig Hancock. 5 tries from the tournament. We make it. And probably one thing that is coming through more than anything in this final is the fitness of Manly. They're ready for the Tui's challenge, which will start on Wednesday night. And of course, Bob Fulton's got them not fully fit, but pretty close to it. And the Fijians know that they're up against a side such as that. Here they are trying to put some respectability on the scoreboard, and they manage to achieve that. Kadroika goes in to score adjacent to the upright. He comes up with some blood from the nose, slams the ball into the turf. A show of frustration, 36-10.
They get over the final try of the match. They pick up 50,000. That'll be very handy over there in Fiji. But the Pepsi people, they love this tournament. They love taking the 100 off Coke.
They were the big plays, the tackles of Tuvey, and it frustrated the Fijians. And eventually, I won't say they turned it up, but Manly just ran riot in this final. 36-12.